Let's do some compress any expression together. All right, so let's look at our second exercise here. We're going to create a function, the same name as last time, but different purpose. This time, we will input a string which has like a shorthand notation, like A-Z, which means all the letter from A to Z. All right, so we want its version in S2. Okay, so if my input is A-Z, my output should be A, B, C, D, or every letter, basically. So it should handle different scenario, like uppercase, lowercase, numbers. You could have, like, if multiple linked together, it still works, like this, like A to Z and 0 to 9. It should still be expanded to the full list. If there is a leading hyphen or tailing hyphen, you just ignore them as, like, take them as hyphen only. But if they between two character, you will provide everything in between, every single character in between. Okay, this is a quite complicated version, well, complicated code, but I have already provided you a good amount of code in the template. Here are some examples. You receive A to D, that's A, B, C, D, right? 0 to 5, you provide all the number from 0 to 5. Yeah, last example here is if you have a hyphen in the beginning, you just keep it as it is. Right, how does that work? How to make a code to work for this one? So we definitely need two index to track the position of our string, right? Because one position for tracking the positioning string, input string, and one for output string. We loop through every single string, the input string, until we reach the end. And once we encounter a hyphen, all right, so first thing first is we check if that's the first or last character, because if that's the case, we just ignore that, right? Otherwise, if it's in between two other characters, we're basically trying to print out everything in between those two characters, right? Treat those characters as integers, and you just increment their integer number one by one until you reach the last one. But before you do that, you want to make sure that your second character is greater than your first character. So you can iterate them from there. Yeah, once that's determined, you just basically use another while loop to append all the character from the start to the end into this second string. Again, remember to add new terminate into this output string, and that's it. All right, so let's try out this example. I mean, this example could be tricky, but you don't necessarily need to determine if they're actually in between a letter or not. All right, just simply assume, well, not necessarily assume, but you just compare those two characters before and after the hyphen. Right? As long as the one after that is greater than the first one, you just print out every single thing in between. Yeah, so in this line 12, you simply just say, if this C is a hyphen, right? If that's a hyphen, and the next one, no, actually, C is your first character, right? In our code, the C is our first character. The S1I will be your hyphen, right? Because this already be incremented by 1 after you assign the value to C, right? So the S1I should be the hyphen, and then S1 plus I will be your, well, or say I plus 1 will be your next value, right? So you want to determine if the S1I is hyphen, if that's the hyphen, and S1I plus 1 is greater than your C. That's all you need here, right? And then you just expand those characters. All right, so we need to wrap up. So yeah, so I compare this to C, and I make sure that the next character is greater than, sorry, comparing, yeah, the middle one, this is the middle character, to the hyphen, and I compare the right, the next one to the first one, first character. If that's the case, as long as, so if that's the case, I'm appending my C to the new string. After every time I append this character to the new string, I increment by 1 until I'm reaching this last character in my list. All right, so, but that only gave me all the character until the second last one. So here I'm going to copy over the last character over, and then after all the while loop is done, I will add the new terminator into it. Sorry?
ASCII values of the characters when you say S1.
Yeah. Yeah.
What if there is a repetition of the characters in the string? Like A, something.
Yeah, so that is controlled by this here. I'm comparing I'm comparing the second character with the first character. Ask a value of it. Yeah. Well, you can have it say it has to be greater than the C to eliminate the case you say A dash A, right? Yeah, if you want to eliminate that case. Yeah, I'm here using greater or equal, then you still have that issue, but yeah, you can change here. All right, let's wrap up. Today we have talked about statements, blocks, if-else statements, switch. Remember in switch about the adding the break, what is the fallout, fall through, loops, and comma, how the comma be used to have multiple expression be evaluated in a single statement, as well as how to use the for loop to handle multiple variables. All right, thank you very much, everyone. I will see you on Thursday. You have a question? Oh, just let me finish my recording first.